Hey gang, I'm back. If you watched the last video to go up on my channel, the unboxing video, you'll know that I'm filming this on the same day, and I was saying in that video that I was feeling really like flat and just burnt out with everything in life, including my plant care, and I was like gearing myself up to film another video today so that I could try and get a little bit on top of YouTube, because as y'all know, I missed a month of uploads because I missed a month of filming because I basically missed a month of caring for my plants. And it is the same day, and I'm still feeling the same way, but I am feeling a little bit more motivated with these particular plants, which does surprise me a little bit. I didn't think I would ever be this planty person, but apparently I am, and they are the plants that I am very excited about at the moment, and I am checking in on them a lot, and I know I need to do better for them in terms of care. So you already know that they're my orchids, but there's some that I want to repot and there's some that I just want to show you. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. I'm kind of sat in amongst everything, but I'm going to show you this one. This is it's just a phalaenopsis, a bog standard everyday phalaenopsis that I picked up in a garden centre either a year ago or 2 years ago in March. And I know that because I got it when me and Steve were out on like a little weekend away to celebrate an anniversary of ours. But I can't remember if it was like not this March 2025. I can't remember if it was March 2024 or if it was March 2023. It might have been 24, to be honest. But I bought this one because the leaves, I can't really show you because it's in a self-watering pot, so I can't tip it very well. But the leaves on this phalaenopsis are huge. Yeah, they are dusty. I need to give it a little dust. They're huge, and the bloom, like the flowers, are also really big, and aren't they beautiful? This is why I wanted to show you, because it's been a rebloom, and for a while, like I've had phalaenopsis orchids on and off over the years, and I think I have had a couple rebloom, but I don't know, it feels extra special when they rebloom, like extra special. So this is like the original bloom spike that it came with, and when the original blooms died off, it only died to here, so I cut it off there. If you have a bloom spike that dies off only a certain way, don't cut it all the way back to the beginning, because as evidenced here, it can reshoot and bloom from that original bloom spike. But yeah, I wanted to show off these flowers because they are so pretty. So pretty. It is actually, since I've put it into this self-watering pot, which I was a little bit worried about putting an orchid in a self-watering pot, but honestly, it's done so well since. Like, the roots are so green and happy. There's new roots growing, which this guy had not had any new roots growing for ages, and the bloom spike has expanded. This wasn't here before I put it into this pot, so it must be appreciating being hydrated, or like having access to more water when it needs it. I'm just really impressed. So that has spurred me on. I just bit my tongue. That has spurred me on to do some repotting. I've got a couple more of these self-watering pots. I'm just going to clean these leaves while we're here. I've got a couple more of the self-watering pots that I can use for some of my bigger ones, which I'm excited about. And I thought I had some smaller self-watering pots, but I can't find them, so I can't use those right now. But there's a couple of my smaller phals, my smaller phalaenopsis, that I really, really want to repot. So I am going to do that without the self-watering pot. They're pots that are no drainage, so I'm thinking I can just kind of keep a little bit of a reservoir at the bottom, and that will be fine. As I've said, a lot of my plants are in, or at least as I've said before in other videos, a lot of my plants are in no drainage, and that works really well for me. I don't know why I was so scared of self-watering pots for so long, because it's basically the same thing. But there we go. Clean leaves. Just going to put her down there for now. Kind of risky. The other one that I want to show you that I'm not going to do anything with is this one that I don't know the name of, which I'm annoyed at myself for, but like the tag it came with, I'm pretty sure I've still got the tag somewhere. I just don't know where it is. But the tag that it came with did not have the actual name of it on there. I think it just had the type of orchid, which I was like, well, I can figure out the type just by, you know, Googling a photo of this. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It's got these little bulbs, a spider web here, there's a flower spike here, and you've probably already spotted that it's rebloomed for me. And honestly, they are like, I've forgotten what these blooms look like. They're just so freaking cool. I think there's a very subtle scent, but I don't know how to describe that, but let me see if I can show you. There you go. Cute, huh? Just such an intricate flower. There's so many kind of layers to it. It's really cool. And it looks a little bit ridiculous, but I really love it when orchids rebloom and they haven't got the stake in them, because like out in the wild, orchids bloom and their blooms like dangle down and they go all in different directions, and that's what I want to see. I don't want to see them staked upright. Like I want to see how they would be blooming out in the wild, and that is this one. All wonky and wonderful. I imagine this one could bloom upright as well if it wanted to, but this is actually like this flower spike is out of a new bulb. This is a new one that's come out, which is very exciting. But yeah, just wanted to share that one. I'm not doing anything with it today. I have this one, which I don't know if I'm going to repot today. I might not. I haven't yet decided. But I just wanted to showcase this one because I've had it definitely over a year at this point. It's a Pathiopedilum. I can't remember. Pinocchio? I think it's got Pinocchio in the name. I mean, that it's always had a flower. So when I bought it from a little shop. Me and Steve just went on like a little day trip. I can't remember where it was. I think the shop's called Pilea. I might be wrong. But we went out on a little day trip just to, I mean, not specifically to see the plant shop, but to see the plant shop. And they had these orchids in, and this bloom spike here, the bloom was here. It was like right at the beginning, and I was sad because on the way back the flower got damaged in the bag, and I was like, oh, that's probably gonna, like, the stress of being transported, being damaged, it's probably gonna die off, and I'm probably gonna not have a bloom on it for ages. It's never not had a bloom. It just continues to bloom. I mean, how ridiculous. Like, it literally, every time one starts to die off, there's another one popping out. And how wild does it look? It's giving, like, I've got like an image in my head, but it's not a clear image and I can't figure out where is it from? What is that kids cartoon? Like a family of explorers. Is the girl called Eliza? Why have I got the image of the dad's head on like an extended, like, is it a dream? I don't know. Or maybe, is it Coraline? Maybe it's Coraline. I don't know. I do. If I can figure it out and edit it, and I'll put it on the screen as to like what I'm picturing, but it's kind of giving like creepy kids nightmares vibe. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well, but it just keeps going. Like, what is going on? was like, surely it's gonna get to the end, surely, but it's not, because this little section here, that's like the next, what, three flowers come in. Like, this is the flower up close. This comes in like a really pretty coloured one as well, which I would really like to get. It was the one I wanted originally, but the shop was sold out, which I was sad about. But I did like the kind of white, green, cream, yellow vibe of this one. I love this little hairs on this section. Look at those silly little hairs. Like, it's, the whole thing is fuzzy. It's so funny. But yeah, I've been waiting until it didn't have blooms to repot. Not that, like, I know that's kind of like a rule that gets put around online, like, don't repot orchids while they're in bloom, and I repot orchids all the time. Like that one down there that I showed you with the big pinky white blooms, repotted that while it was in bloom. It's fine to do it, but I don't know why, just this one felt more fragile. But it's clearly not. It's clearly absolutely fine. It's pushing out a pup, so this whole section, like this, hang on. So there's 3 of them in here. I think that's 2 there. They were on the plant originally, and then this one is a new pup that it's put out. I feel like it would really appreciate a repot, but I don't know. So the thing is, I love those pots. I'm putting this one down now. Say bye to the Pathia Pedalum Pinocchio or whatever. The thing is with these pots, so I got them off of Amazon. I absolutely love them, but I just feel like they're quite tall. So to like sit them on the shelves, they do take up quite a bit of space. So it's not ideal. I'm curious. Oh, like I was just saying, obviously this stake would, if this flower spike had grown completely in my care, it wouldn't have the stake because I would have taken it off. But I've left the stake on there because it was part of the original bloom. But now that it's like all the way over here and just like doing its thing, I kind of like, I feel like this is quite sturdy anyway, and it doesn't really need the stake. Like, I'm curious to see what would happen if I took that off and like how low it would dangle down. So I might repot it. I don't know. One that I would definitely like to repot, because whilst it's grown a new leaf for me, it's not been doing very much. This is it's a Phalaenopsis. I bought this in August last year, along with the next one that I'm going to show you from a local garden centre. Good God, the leaves are so dusty, aren't they? I bought it because there is a pattern on the leaves. That's not just dust. That is a pattern. And I really love that pattern, but it's thrown this leaf for me. And, oh no, is it kind of, or maybe it takes a little while for it to come out. It's like, I feel like, I don't know, the pattern's not really obvious on the newer leaves. See what I mean? But it was I remember it being a whitey cream bloom, and it's one of the Senza plants, so it is one of the orchids that it has got its scent to it. Did you know, years ago I was listening to the Jane Crone's podcast On the Ledge, and she said, or she was interviewing somebody. I'm going to clean these leaves. Ooh, I'm going to clean these leaves while I chat. She was interviewing somebody who, I don't know, either collected orchids, worked for an orchid place, I don't know. It was something to do with orchids. And this person was saying that a lot of the orchids that we get in like supermarkets and garden centres, for a very long time, they've been bred so that they don't have the smell, because apparently they were more appealing to not have a scent on them. Like, they were more likely to be purchased. But and this was years ago, like I said, they were seeing a bit of a trend now where people were wanting flowers that smell. I can't imagine why you would want, I guess if you were somebody that had lots of orchids, like if they all had different smells, that could be quite overwhelming. But even the orchids that I've had that have had scents, like this one, the flowers weren't very, like they weren't a strong smell. But there we go, a bit shinier. I would like to repot this one. It's not happy, but I love that there's loads of moss growing in here. Yeah, I'd love to repot this one into the similar setup as that original Phalaenopsis. The other one that so it did have blooms. They've all died off. I don't know if I'll be able to pull this flower spike out. No, I might just have to take the blooms off and then cut back, because whilst I did have scissors with me, I no longer do. This one I bought at the same time as that bigger one, and again it's one of the like fragrant ones. These blooms are like they're like a creamy orangey kind of colour, but again I bought this one because of the leaves, which let me just finish dusting. I wonder if it's something to do with like light conditions. Can you see the top ones? Like that one's barely got any pattern. That one does, but you can't really see it very well compared to these ones on the bottom. So why? I should have shown it to you, Dusty. Like, can you see it's got the it's got spots? This one has a pup that is grown completely in my care and it has no spots. This old leaf, like, Miniflora Phalaenopsis Miniflora aromio. I don't think that's its actual name, is it? But I really need to repot this. Like, look at this plug and then this moss. I'm gonna, like I said, I've definitely got somewhere. Where did they go? I've got somewhere some smaller self-watering pots, but I just don't know where they are. So this one and the next smaller one I'm going to repot into here, which is a bit of a weird shape, but it will be better than staying in here for another year. Hopefully. That's my plan. And then this next one, it's the variegated one that I have. So I have got the tag. So Phalaenopsis Aphrodite species form is, I can't say if that's an F or a T. Tormosana. This one, oh, it's so silly. This one has I've said it before, it was such a beautiful shape, like these leaves were so neat and cute, and then it's just put out this really long one which looks so silly, but it's fine. I'm going to get it repotted, and it has got, you spotted, a companion oxalis, which I'm loving that it's a part of it, and I'm also really loving that it's bloomed and it's shot out. So this is one of the oxalis that, like, I don't know if you've ever seen it, they're little flowers, like once the flower's kind of done, it's self-seeding, so it doesn't need any help to seed, but once the flower's done, like, it's left with this little, I don't know what the botanical name would be, like, thing, and at some point it will like explode and the seeds just go everywhere. So like there's a seed literally on here, that little bump there, seed there, there's a seed down here, there's a seed stuck to the back, can't show you, stuck to the back of this one. Like, there are seeds everywhere, and I love it. I love that this little oxalis is determined. Oh look, there's this little thing here that will explode at some point with a new oxalis, like with seeds for a new oxalis. So basically, like, I love that it's got a companion plant and it's living its best life, and I would like to spread that as much as I can. So I'm going to repot this one first with the intention of kind of reusing the substrate and like keeping the seeds in the substrate, so that hopefully all of the other orchids will eventually have little companion oxalis. fingers crossed. They're like, the seeds get like sticky, or like they come out, like they're not stuck, but they kind of like come out and will get stuck to something, which I think is so cool. Okay, let me get set up. What I'm going to be repotting them into is I'm going to be reusing some of the substrate that they're in, like I mentioned, because it's mostly moss and bark. I've got some tree fern fiber from Soil Ninja, and then I've got just some of my like regular houseplant potting mix if I need to like add a little something extra in there. Just go there. There's chaos. It's chaos here, honestly. Shift you. Just realised how wonky we've been this entire time. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to start with this guy. But I guess I could just try and like pick some of these seeds off. But I don't want to. That's a seed. They're like these tiny little like reddy brown seeds. Okay, well I've got 3 there. This one's just in like a little liner. I haven't got my scissors. So I'm gonna get my scissors because I'm not gonna reuse that liner, so I may as well just chop it. Gosh, I've had this plant for so long now and I haven't done anything with it. I got it from the Bristol Rare Orchid and Plant Festival last year. So I think it was last April as well. Because it was April this year, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. Gosh, I hope I don't like put it into shock. I really hope I don't. Ooh, it's been so compact in there for so long. Okay, have we got any seeds in here? We do. Okay. Oh, that one started shooting. Oh. That's probably not going to focus, is it? That one's got a little growth shoot. There's a fly. Go away. Oh my god, that fly's annoying. Okay. I think I've got all of those ones. Okay. There's a lot of dead oxalis, which I feel like I should remove. Oh, that one's got a bit of... Ooh, ooh. Oh my god, one of them's just exploded. I wonder if you heard that. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, hang on. But I feel like some hit my face. I would definitely, I must have some like in my hair or something. Oh Oh my god, you guys. So what's funny is that they kind of explode out of these little like white bits. It almost looks like a little, I'm not going to be able to show you that, but it looks a bit grim. Almost like a, don't know, weird like little kidney bean, but white. Oh dear. Oh my god, there's loads. Guys, I think I'll just have to like fast forward this bit and come back to you. Look at that. Wow. Crikey. Okay. I don't know if any other ones would be ready to explode, and I don't know what to do about it if they do, because I don't want to have to keep picking them up. What I'm going to do is just get a little bit of this substrate, and then I'm just going to poke the ones that look like they might still be ready to go and see if I can get them to shoot in there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that and capture it on film, so I'm sorry. Woo, that one did. Ah! Oh my god, it's so quick. Oh my god, that's wild. Okay, I don't think there's any more on this side that are ready. No, and there's no more on this side that are ready, I don't think. Okay, wow. Well, I've got a little pot of oxalis seeds, I think. So these are the little like white things that they like spring out of, and then there's one of the seeds. They look like little maggots or something gross. Right, now that that's done, I'm going to just try and break up some of this moss. It's really, really compact. It's been in that pot for a very long time. And yeah, like I don't know what to do with, like a lot of this oxalis is dead. But I want it to stick around. What am I supposed to do with that? I don't think I'm going to break up all of this moss ball, but I just want to like loosen it a little bit so that, I mean, there's not so much oxalis roots around, but also just so the orchid roots know that they can spread out, or at least I guess they'll be spreading downwards because I'm putting it in one of those holographic pots. I'm just trying to see what's like in the middle of this root ball. I don't think there's a plug. Not that I'm really worried about plugs or anything, but I like to know what I'm dealing with in the middle of things. Okay. What? I don't know what this is. Like, it's pretty dark black thing. Like, it doesn't look like oxalis roots. It doesn't look like orchid roots. Okay, I guess I am actually just taking this all apart. That wasn't part of the plan. Oh, I hope it doesn't go into shock. I've got off way more moss than I was planning on. What the roots are looking like. Got some new ones, got some nice green ones, and where did my pots go? I'm going to put it into here, and I think I'm going to do mostly that moss, and I'm going to put a bit of tree fern fibre there as well. And I'll put a little bit of this substrate in there too, just a little bit, like not a lot. Okay. Hopefully the roots that are coming out will know that they can go down. Don't know if to try and like angle it. This one's really pointing out. I might just leave that one out because I do spritz. I spritz it with like the orchid. There's a seed right down in there. I think you're just gonna have to stay down there. I spritz it with the orchid mist, which is good for orchids obviously, but it's like if I'm spritzing that on the leaves, I may as well spritz it onto any roots that are sticking out as well, because they can absorb the nutrients from those roots too. What's good about these holographic pots is that they, whilst they have, you know, the holographic colour to them, they do let light in as well. And I'm not massively bothered. Like our pot, like, I mean, you've seen two of my orchids are in, they've got black cover pots. And that's fine, like they don't need a clear pot, but they're often put into clear pots because their roots can photosynthesize. Just like leaves can. So I find it hard to pot with moss because it doesn't fall into any of the gaps. And then you end up with like a big hole where, I don't know, like a big water bubble can just sit. There we go. Okay. That feels good. Right. Now, is there any of this that I can actually put back in? It just all looks so dead. Cute. Got some little oxalis. Got it repotted. Looks completely ridiculous, but it did anyway. So there we go. And oh, this one definitely really needs to be repotted. Poor thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whew, crikey. Right, let's just get rid of the stake. We don't need that. See, I don't like it. I don't like it when the plug just doesn't, I don't know, like merge with the main substrate. It's like I want to get rid of this because I just don't, like, it's obviously not harming the plant's still growing, but it just makes me feel uncomfortable that it's just completely separate. There we go. Wow. Some of these roots don't look the most healthy, but I'm just going to leave them because I think they're okay. Can't wait to chop off that stalk. Again, I'm just going to leave that root out, I think. It does feel good to be doing stuff. I guess that's part of the problem, isn't it? Sometimes, like when you feel demotivated to do stuff, it's hard to do the do, but then when you start doing it, it feels good, so you keep going. But it's the starting it that can be so hard. There we go. Cute. Oh, I've got the scissors now. I can chop. Ooh. Cute. Okay, I'm going to put some of those seeds in here. Like they may or may not grow. That was probably quite a lot to just put in the front there. But okay. Let's put that tag back in the variegated one. Let me put some in the back here. Cute. So there's that one. I don't know what the time is. I'm flagging a little bit. And I think Steve's going to be home from the gym soon, which I try to be done with all the repotting before he comes home. So let's just get this one done. Look at that moss. Huh? Drop it everywhere. That's pretty cool. I love it when moss grows in plants. Ew, wait, what is... What is that? Why does that actually look like spider's eggs? Or like root mealies? I don't think it is, or is it just a mold? Ew. What is that? Is that mold? Oh, this poor thing. I don't know what I'm looking at right now. That's clearly rotted. Maybe, okay, I don't, it's not spider's eggs. It might be mold, possibly. I don't know. There's a plug. There's a lot of dead roots as well, or like, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of dead roots. Okay, let's get rid of those. I might just use the scissors, to be honest. See, how can, right. That root is healthy and growing, isn't it? But it's this. How is that possible? Like, what the actual heck? Now I'm like wondering if I should pop this into such a big self-watering pot. Because it has significantly less roots than I thought it was going to have. Right, the rest of those look okay enough for me to leave them on. I guess if it's like kind of mostly bark and tree fern. It'd probably be okay, right? It's not mold. It's all right. It's not mold. It's not eggs. It just freaked me out for a little bit. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna go with it. Gonna go for it. You know, it's a very chunky mix. Do you know what I wish I had? Some like giant perlite. I feel like that would be really good for in here. Like some massive giant perlite. Don't you think? I'm gonna chop off this. I feel like orchid stalks and orchid roots are always so strong, even when they're like hanging on by a thread. Okay. Oh my god, I've been filming this one for nearly an hour. This wasn't supposed to be this long. I thought it was going to be like a quick, maybe like half an hour. Crikey. There we go. And then I'll pop this on here. Perfect. I am done for today. Thank you so much for joining me. It feels really good to have gotten those orchids repotted. I've been meaning to do that for such a long time. So yeah, it does feel really good to get those done. And I don't know what else I was going to say. Okay, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoy a repotting video, check out this playlist. That's where all of my repotting videos are. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.